As far as I'm looking at the guitar as you're showing it, I'm seeing that there's 2 knobs. Do you want to describe what those knobs do and how they interact with the pickups?
Yeah, so this is a master volume, and this is a master tone. And the tone, I mean, that's pretty full range. And then the master volume is great because it actually is like really useful. Let me turn on so this is a pretty drivey sound. Here's a really drivey sound. One of the things that's cool about that is, okay, so you felt the push went away, but the top end stuff didn't. And that's one of the things, like a lot of times on guitars, I don't want to turn them down past 10 because 10 is where that's where all the edge is. That's where the treble is. That's where all the brightness is. And I don't want to, as soon as I turn it down, I'm like, well, I'm missing that. And as a guitar player, especially in a band setting, a live setting, I mean, that's the thing that you're listening for is like, am I even here? You know, you got cymbals going, you got keyboards going, you got other guitars going, keyboards, vocals, and they're all sitting in the same range. So what's great about this guitar is it's like a live just guitar into amp, being able to have that flexibility is really great. That's an 8, that's probably like 6 there. So the push is still happening, but just in a different way. And then so the tone only works on the humbucker. And then you got the middle position, which I think that they would say that it's intended to come close to a Telecaster. Or that single coil thing, it's intended to, that's what they mean by ingenious wiring and kind of voodoo wiring, that they would take this, a humbucker pickup, and just with the flip of that switch, it sounds like it's now gone to single coil. I don't think it actually is. I think it's still the full humbucker. But then with the P90, I mean, that's pretty quacky, like a Tele.
Yeah, that's that. I noticed that right when you flip to the middle, I was like, that sounds like a totally different guitar.
Yeah, it's wild. Now, I have to be honest, I use that pretty rarely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's probably because I'm super enamored with the other sounds.
Yeah, it seems like it's an option, but if you were to play that guitar, and we mentioned Joe Walsh, Mike Campbell, those sounds I would think of. I mean, maybe Joe Walsh is kind of famously a little bit of a Les Paul and Fender guy.
Yeah.
But Mike Campbell, I always picture with more Gibson style guitars. But I guess he plays Telecasters as well. So I would imagine that middle allows them to kind of not have to grab the Telecaster or the Fender.
Right.
If they just want to stay with that for multiple songs
and one of the beauties of I mean, this is a high-end guitar. One of the beauties of high-end guitars is that, I mean, let's say you're the kind of person, I mean, I just have guitars because I've been playing as a professional for a long, long time. So I've collected them, not as a collector, but as a person, I need a tool, And so if that's you're looking for a guitar and I'm trying to find something that I'm going to invest in, I want to use it. You definitely want something that's going to give you as much flexibility as possible. I mean, unless money's no object, and and you have a roadie who can always hand you guitars.
But also I'd imagine that, like you said, it feels great. So if you could get that great feeling, your hands are warmed up, you're on stage, why switch to another guitar if you're able to still kind of get that sound you're looking for? because if it's comfortable, I think that does play a large factor in the live feel of a guitar. And
For sure.
So it's cool that they have it, but I could totally see, I'd probably be like you, where I'm like, I don't need this middle sound, but I could see with kind of the legacy and who's drawn to it, how that middle pickup sound could be really useful.